Hello everybody, welcome to Kigali. This is the FIBA AfroBasket. It's game day 3. It's Group C. It's the battle between Kenya and Mali. Well, it's actually the 6th day of the competition overall. Kenya taking on Mali, followed by Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire. Third up will be South Sudan, Uganda, and ending things up will be Senegal and Cameroon. So the Group C standings confirm that with both Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria facing each other later, that'll be a battle for first place. Both those teams already assured of moving on in the competition. The question is who is going to move on as well into the qualification for the quarterfinals, Mali or Kenya? Well, the winner of the group will go straight to the quarterfinals, and the teams that finish second and third will go to the qualification for the quarterfinals. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Graham Hiscock, and this is probably the game that both of these teams circled on their calendar before coming into this event. This is the one they have to win, definitely, to at least get to that qualification for the quarterfinals, Graham.
Yeah, hello everybody, and yeah, it's a winner-takes-all matchup, exactly the sort of game that we want to give us maximum excitement. Mali falling to Cote d'Ivoire in their last game 67-90, and Kenya losing to Nigeria 55-71. But both Kenya's losses, things have just gone slightly awry towards the end of the game, but they've been competitive for the bulk of the games. In their first game, Tyler Ongwe was the leader score-wise, and in their second game, fantastic Albert Adero, 23 points, 8 rebounds. What a talent he is. Key for Kenya, can they get them both firing in the same game with all the other pieces they've got in place? It could be a very exciting Kenya team. And as for Mali, they've got all the experience and recent experience at AfroBasket, some big competitions. Big day for Siriman Kanuti, great talent, but he's got to keep himself under control. Ibrahim Jambo, just 3 points in the last game, 6 rebounds. He can do a lot better than that. I'm sure he'd be looking to do that. Koulibaly, Diorama, 10 points each, and Mfale Kanute, 12 points in the game versus Cote d'Ivoire. Plenty of talent. It's all down to attitude, heart, and application here to just get yourself over the line. But really looking forward to this one, Jeff.
Well, it's always fun, first of all, to come to Africa to do a FIBA AfroBasket, and then once you really get into the crunch time part of the tournament, when it's effectively do or die for these teams, you know that you're in for a good game. And I know that Liz Mills is very confident and upbeat about her team's chances coming into this, and really in the 2 games that they've lost, they have been right in the game. You know, late in the game,
sure.
And really it was just a matter of being able to score, in my opinion, in both of those games. I thought Cote d'Ivoire, obviously they pulled away in the 4th quarter, but had Kenya hit a few more shots, that would have been very interesting, and really the same against Nigeria. So that just shows how close Kenya are, and it's quite remarkable when you consider how they narrowly made it into the competition. So this is a country that has an opportunity to, you know, if they go about things, doing things the right way, make sure their coach is happy, make sure that they have a good foundation, and start building this program the right way. The sky is the limit.
Oh, agreed. They beat Angola to get here in a massive game, so they know how to win in the big moments. So the last game they played, Albert Adero, 23 points. And they just didn't get the most out of Tyler Ongwe. Just 4 points in that game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So get Ongwe and Adero going tough, and you know, let's see how far Kenya can go.
Tyler Ongwe, sensational in the opening game. Anyway, we're going to pause for the playing of the national anthems.
national anthem of Kenya.
Well, great to see the national anthems, and now the referees, Sami Belgarak from Tunisia, Mauritius is Cherubin Leslie, and from Rwanda, Jean-Xavier Ruhamiraza. Anyway, here we go, and we're about ready to start. And look at the, in my opinion, I would describe Odero as the revelation of this tournament for Kenya, but we'll talk about that in a second. Mahamadou Kante, Serman Kanute, Ibrahim Jambo, Abdul Karim Koulibaly, and Benke Dioruma will be starting for Coach Koulibaly today for Mali, and Traoré, Tandina, Kamara, Kanute, Keita, and Sidibe coming off the bench, as well as Sassouma. And it's a Mali team, don't forget, that played very well for Coach Koulibaly in that second quarter of the Nigeria game. They came back from about 20 points down, cut the deficit to 1 point at halftime. So, you know, they've been decisive losers, yet there have been flashes of play from this Mali team, which shows they can be very good. Kaimba, Victor Maisiba Bosire, Fidel Okoth, who was outstanding in the last game, Tyler Ongwai, and Ronald Gombe in the starting five for Kenya. And also coming off the bench, Ligare, Owili, Mutoro, Eric Mutoro, Wamokota, who we call Bush, Tom Bush, Odero, Karanga, and obviously for Coach Liz Mills, a chance to really get this program on the map with a win today. Also, don't forget Karanga in that Kenya team.
Yeah, well, she's moved around her starting fives for today, so she's got some real strength coming off the bench, and that's going to be Albert Odera, who is the leading scorer for over the two games, 15.5 points a game. Ongwe, 14.5. He had the massive first game. He was quiet in the second game, but I think he had some issues. Coach Liz Mills was saying pre-game he's got a calf issue, plus he's back. Fidel Okoth spoke so well at the press conference and just gets on with his job. 6 points for him. Kayemba, they've got to take care of the ball. I want to see Wamukota, Tom Bush nearer the basket. I think we spoke about it last game. Get in around the hoop.
Be really aggressive, look after the ball. Strong passes, strong to get open, strong seals. This is our game. This is our game.
You might notice also on the warm-up jersey, the shirt name, it says the name Oyugi. O-Y-U-G-I for Kenya, and that is in honor of Keegan Oyugi, who was a part of this Kenya national team program. He was going to try out for this team. He had been a part of the team, and sadly, Keegan Oyugi died earlier this summer in June, and it's been obviously a very difficult time for the Oyugi family. So our hearts and prayers go out to them, and also everybody involved in Kenyan basketball, but it's certainly having his name so present here really does. It's a fitting tribute to him that he's still part of this team.
Yeah, well said, Jeff, and that's a great tribute to the group, showing that they're together. They're here to try and win a basketball game, but when things like that happen and tragedies happen, it's far bigger than anything that's going on the court. As for Mali, Siriman Kanute, leading scorer, but he needs to take care of the basketball. Full concentration for the young man here today, and more out of Ibrahim Jambo on the offensive end.
Well, we're underway here in Kigali, Rwanda. Mali in the green, Kenya in the white. Mali winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the left. Remember, the winner of this game advances to the qualification to the quarterfinals. Koulibaly comes out and hits a three-pointer, and certainly a player that has oozes with potential in the starting five today.
Koulibaly averaging 5 points a game, just 16% from three. That's a big shot for him to get things underway.
It makes it easier when he's left wide open. Now Koulibaly reaches around and commits the foul.
Yeah, Kenya need to play with the energy up, fast pace, get Ongwe some open looks. He's got Jambo on him at the moment. Keep an eye on that matchup.
Oh boy, nice reach and steal by Kante. And a very good start for Mali and a worrying start for Kenya.
That's really poor. The two guards there for Kenya who are in the game to take care of the ball, create the turnover.
And Tyler Ongwe, another pass that was, well, he made those passes as well. Kaimba the other day had a couple of turnovers back-to-back. Kaimba rather comes out and hits a three-pointer to get Kenya on the board.
Nice penetrating kick by Tyler Ongwe. Kaimba does the rest.
Jambo very good in the first game, kind of disappeared in the last game. Against Cote d'Ivoire, Koulibaly misses.
Yeah, had to put it up, shot clock just about to finish. Couldn't get that to go.
And Tyler Ongwe plays professionally in Denmark for Bakken Bears, missing. Kante fouled by Kaimba as he pushes the ball up the floor and attacks the basket.
Yeah, Mali getting straight into their transition offense off the Tyler Ongwe miss.
So, one of the veterans at the line, you know, going back to Koulibaly, Kareem Koulibaly, playing college basketball in America, is transferred from Pittsburgh, the Pitt Panthers, to St. Bonaventure, played for the Bonnies.
Yeah.
So
we spoke about that, I think, in the last game, about his. But again, that will only help his.
Misses, and Kenya on the break. Tyler Ongwe stops on the break. And good job battling away. Gombe now up ahead to Jambo. And how fitting. He jams it home.
Yeah, they need more from Jambo, and that was just a quick push ahead by Koulibaly. Ongwe just couldn't stay with Jambo there. Slow start for Kenya. They need to get on track here.
Boside, jump shot, good. Three-pointer.
Two guards, I think it's a really good ploy. Even though they've turned it over once, they now combine for a three-pointer. Bit of speed, bit of control.
Nice reach by Gombe. Boside out in the open break. He shares it to Ongwe, who goes up and throws it down.
Yeah, both teams going head-to-head, exchanging dunks and threes. It's heating up here in Kigali.
Well, if Kenya get out and run, they're a very different team. Jambo, meanwhile, fouled while attempting the three-pointer by Fidel Okoth.
Again, it's a major problem when Jambo at 6'10" elevates, he can make that shot. Only 12% from behind the arc in this tournament. You know he can make it, so the defense reacts. And they didn't react here. Jambo with the throwdown.
Ibrahim, throw it down, jam.
I like it.
We like to laugh at our own jokes, don't we?
Yeah.
Another of the Malians that actually played college basketball in America as well, back in the day. Started out at Clemson and transferred to Hofstra. And always see Jambo putting on the green and yellow to play for Mali.
Absolutely, yeah, I've covered it. All of the Mali games, and he's ever present in the qualifiers, World Cup, AfroBasket. And you need players
that you always
to commit. They're always going to be the core of the group, absolutely.
So Jambo makes all 3 free throws. The foul was on Okoth, who really did play well against Nigeria. Raised a lot of eyebrows for Kenya. Here he is passing the ball now to Ongwae. And Ongwae misses, but there for the putback is Gombe.
Yeah, good play by Kenya. Tyler Ongwae doesn't make the shot, but they get the offensive rebound and putback. And you like Gombe, you like Gombe in the lineup. He makes things happen.
He definitely does. Sermon Kanute plays Nupe. He's showed his three-point shot in the last game. And good play by Tyler Ongwae, intercepting the pass and getting quickly up the floor. Chased down by Sermon Kanute. Now they pass it, Okoth. And that'll be Kenya basketball.
And it's unfortunate because they moved it around really nicely. Ongwae with the push ahead and a couple of passes, and the attack just couldn't get it to go. But good signs for Kenya. They're just ramping up the pace of the game, and Ongwae's involved. They've still got Adero to bring off the bench, so it looks a nice balance for Kenya today.
Nice defense there, a little bit dangerous again by Bosire, turning it over. Kante gets in, and Kanute gets in, and then followed up was Sidibe. So again, the point guard issues.
Yeah.
Turning the ball over.
Well, you're really hoping with 2 point guards on the floor that there's not going to be this problem.
Bosire.
There we go.
Passes to Okoth. He's got a nice touch. Yeah. There he is.
He's solid. He's solid. Similar sort of player to Chik Sekunde of Guinea. Just solid player, does his thing. Multiple skills in his arsenal.
Chik Sekunde Konde? Is that
Konde,
right?
sorry,
Yeah.
Chik Sekunde.
Oh,
I was just mixing the second and the third name together.
Shot clock winding down. And Mali able to get the rebound, chasing it down in the corner. Jambo. Now Jambo drives, kicks it back outside to Kanute. And good defense. I think Ongwae knocking it away. Kaimba. Bosire for 3. Off the front of the rim with the long rebound to Ongwae. Puts it on the deck. Wrap around pass to Gombe. And he takes it back out.
Yeah.
Ongwae pops out. And
Ongwae
and hits a 3.
Yeah, Ongwae heavily involved, and then he just caught that in rhythm. He wasn't standing still. He'd already created the start of the play, and then he finished it, Jeff. Great play from Tyler Ongwae.
Kenya 4-7 from three-point range after that tray. And Kanute with Bosire reaching in and knocking it, getting the ball and hitting it off of his leg. And here's where I'm fascinated to watch as Odero comes in for Kaimba.
Yeah.
Can he continue to build on his performances in the first 2 games, and particularly against Nigeria, where he was, if he wasn't the best player in the court, he was certainly close. Here he is, he's got the basketball, number 10. And his jersey says Odera, but it's actually Odero. Albert Odero.
Yeah, remember that name. Let's see how he goes today. Not enough space for that pass. Too many green vests.
Also maybe, I don't know if he was trying to make the bounce pass, but good recovery from Bosire, knocking it away from behind. Kenya have turned the ball over, yet they've also forced some turnovers themselves. Kenya with 3 turnovers, Mali with 5. Kanute goes out. Sermon Kanute hasn't really been as impactful at the start of this game as we've been accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, but on the turnover issue, Kenya averaging 24 turnovers a game, 17.5 turnovers for for Mali. They need to take care of the ball.
Desmond Owili in the game now, as well as Eric Mutoro.
Right in cue, unfortunately. Kenya unforced error, Jeff. They just cannot be turning it over on a simple step violation.
Just 1-3 so far for Mali. So the Kenyans have been drilling it from the arc. Here is the three-pointer from Jambo. Of course, he was fouled while shooting a three, made all 3 free throws. Odero with the rebound and the open floor. Mr. Excitement passes it back outside. Oh, throws it away. And Kante now 3-on-1 break. Ongwai comes back. Sidibe does not finish that well. That was bad. Now Kenya have numbers. Ongwai pulls up. Odero with the follow. And good start for Odero after turning it over.
Yeah, good response from young Albert there, and he just got that offensive rebound nice and calm. That's what he can do. He's long, athletic.
Sidibe has had a quiet AfroBasket. Gets inside, rims out. No other green shirts under there.
He was surrounded by 3 Kenyan players, just couldn't get it to go.
Eric Mutoro throws it away.
Yeah.
Might have been better off just shooting it. And then hustling down the floor. And getting fouled was Kamara.
Yeah, Koth with the foul getting caught up.
Okoth has really stood out along with Odero as players of the present and the future for the Morans. He goes out and is replaced by Tom Bush, Wamakota. We'll call him Tom Bush.
Yeah, we want to see Tom Bush playing closer to the hoop. A couple of times in the last game, he got further and further away from the hoop. Took a couple of threes, and he was a couple of fadeaway shots that just weren't going to happen. I want to see him in around the hoop and really imposing himself. Nice job by Cameron.
Cameron makes both free throws. And again, the foul from behind on Sidibe, but also try to maybe don't pick up your dribble or make that bounce pass. It's got to be, they're complicating it.
Yeah. Definitely, they've just got to play on instinct. That's when they play their best, up-tempo, pushing the ball. With Ongwai and Odero on the floor, they've
Traore checks into the game and has been told he needs to have a little bit more space between himself and the Kenyan inbound the basketball. Ongwai shows you why he's one of the best players in this game. Very dangerous all over the court. And now Odero gets another 2 to drop.
I really want to see those two connect and play off each other in the flow, and there would be a real potent 1-2 punch for Kenya if they can get going together.
Wow. Blocked was Kanute, and up ahead Odero. They couldn't get him the basketball. Eric Mutoro. And then Mutoro chases it down. I think he would look to go inside, but it was guarded, so he was open and put up the 3.
Great block. Look at, there's the length and athleticism, anticipation by Odero. Mutoro didn't seem to quite get a grip of the ball early on that catch in transition. But they want to shoot the 3 early.
Desmond Owili, hand in the face of Sidibe. Eric Mutoro up to Odero and hands it off to Owili. And another foul called on Mali.
Yeah. Kenya putting a lot of pressure on their defense. Good transition there. Odero looking initially, I think, to take on the defense and then just slip the pass to Owili. He is fouled. It's his first free throws of AfroBasket.
Owili gets the first one to drop, and the powers that be in Kenyan basketball have to be watching their team and just seeing the potential You know, I think what impresses me the most is how they basically don't care who they're playing. They're going for it. They've got this mentality now where they're extremely competitive.
Yeah.
So
and they're getting young players into the group, blooding them. Ongwai goes out. So Odero now can run the show.
Karanga comes in, who is an absolute ferocious competitor.
Yeah.
And he's guarding Jambo. And now he's off to the races. Another turnover against Mali. On Mali, rather.
So he needs help. He needs help quickly.
And barely gets it across midcourt. Willie pulls up at the line.
Good job by Jambo keeping Ramikota and Karanga off the glass.
Yeah, Odero has to take more responsibility with this team in terms of making sure the ball gets across midcourt. He's
got to help Matoro, definitely. Yeah, you know, he's in the 2 spot, and he's got to take care of the basketball when required.
7-point lead for Kenya. Kate to the corner, and Traore misses. Another opportunity. Traore spins back outside to Kante. Open 3, Kamara, he can shoot it, and he does!
Nice shot. Good pass from the top to the corner.
Karanga doesn't want to go too soon. Okay, now they need to make their move. Down to 5, 4, Odero looking for space. And a little long. Somebody's got to make a cut, somebody's got to make a pick, something.
Yeah.
Odero settles for a long-range shot. And Mali with that 3-pointer right near the end, pulled to within 22-18 of Kenya at the end of 1.
Yeah, looking at some of the stats, Mali first 3 of 7 from 2-point range, 2 of 8 from 3, Kenya 4 of 10, and 4 of 9 from 2. 6 of 7 Mali, they've been to the line a lot, 2 of 2 from Kenya. We knew this was going to be a close one, and it's proving that. FIBA rankings, Kenya 111, Mali 75, but rankings, as we've seen, don't always mean that much.
Well, rankings, you know, the rankings consider a cycle of years, so it's, you know, Kenya still going back quite a way when they hadn't been playing quite as well, perhaps, and Mali getting the benefit of that. So
yeah,
it's
and of course first AfroBasket for them in 28 years. So they've just been playing in qualifying positions. They did well at the African in 2019, getting second. So that gave them some confidence to build and build. And here they are, leading by 4 in a must-win game to get to the classification round for the quarterfinals. And there's Ongwai in the open floor with a few extra style points. So
yeah, the rankings take into consideration an 8-year period. So
yeah,
so they calculate rating points for each game to each team, and they calculate the ranking according to the weighted average rating points of each team over all the games in the previous 8-year period. So the Kenya that's playing now, their ranking is actually still affected by what was, you know, several years ago. Yeah. And they're definitely going to be climbing after participating in this AfroBasket. And if they get a win today and get to the qualification to the quarterfinals, they would get more upward movement, you would think. So Willie misses, and also the fact that if they were to beat Mali, a higher ranked team, that would also go into consideration. So there has been a revamp, and if you go to FIBA Basketball, you can read about the rankings, and it's really interesting. And Sirman Kanute gets inside with a little runner.
He's got some great shots in his skill set, and there's one of them with the floater. Good start for Mali.
22-20, Mali not going away. Odero, Sirman Kanute playing defense, doing a good job moving his feet, and Odero gets it back, hangs in the air, and they're defending him very well. And going up, Tandina as well, getting and Odero's face, and that's about as tough as anybody's played against Odero defensively.
Yeah, they've targeted him. He had the massive game in game 2. Of course, they know about Tyler Ongwae, so now they don't want Odero to really get going, get any sort of momentum, especially when Ongwae's on the bench.
So that was a good defensive set from Mali. Kanute rattles out. It's got a nice looking shot though, doesn't he? Jambo for 3. A little long. Odero now open floor. Kenya can beat him down the floor if they hurry. Ongwae hands it off, and putting it up and in was Karenga. I love him. Yeah. I mean, his effort is off the charts.
I'll call Karenga. Sort of dribbled out outside the key, then he's got to have a bit of drift on that shot, but nothing but net.
Kanute.
Same move.
Well, he was quiet at the beginning of the game and has come out and all of a sudden said, don't forget me, I'm the guy that everybody was talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like the last 2 moves. Literally just one dribble, takes off before the defense can get to him.
Well, look at the defense. They've come out like white on rice here at the start of the second quarter. Kenya leading by just 2 points. Ongwae floats, and Jambo gets the rebound. Bush didn't quite time his jump right, and then flying in, Tandina. Karenga with the rebound.
Defense by Odero, they're just changing the shot. And Mali really stepping up, and Kenya have got to be tough here.
Break for Kenya is Serman Kanute kicks the ball. Bush turns. The shot didn't look like it had a chance of going in. Outlet pass to Kanute, and Kenya a little bit slow getting down the floor.
Got away with a couple here, Kenya, because they're not getting back. Intensity's dropped. Mali have missed a couple of close-in shots. That was fortunate for Kenya. And I think a good timeout by Liz Mills. Maybe shake things up, get a Koth back in, get some fresh legs in. Because they're just creaking a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. And it just goes to show you what intensity on defense can do for you, the way that Mali has been playing. Let's listen in.
2-3. Okay? So you still have to get out for 3s. Still get out for 3s, protect the paint, but too easy to get inside. Okay? Too easy to get inside. I want to run 2. I want to run 2. So their on-ball defense is not great. So don't panic. Just be really patient with it. Get to your floor spots. Okay? Let's get this action and play out. Just be patient. Next.
Just see some highlights early on. Ongwae came out strong. He's missed his last couple. And Mali let Kenya run. Slowly but surely. Mali have got into this. They're stepping up the defense. And it's really crucial. Ongwae, 5 points. He's got 6 rebounds, 2 assists, so he's doing it in other areas. But the icing on the cake for Kenya would be if he can go off offensively.
Inbound to Kanute, Serman Kanute. Traore inbounds to Diaruma. Now Kanute in the corner, and that was a desperate heave at the end. And Ongwae, his pass up the floor short, trying to get it to Odero. Another opportunity for Mali and Tandina.
Tyler Ongwae's got to do better than that. Leader on this team.
Bounce pass, good recovery from Desmond O'Willie.
This coach, Boubacar Kanute, I was talking to him through an interpreter pre-game, and said they were ready. They're looking forward to the game. No injury worries, no issues, and they understand the importance. It's win or go home, and Mali have really stepped it up in this second quarter.
They really have. I think intensity means everything to all the teams at this AfroBasket, but if a team like Mali doesn't have it, things go bad very quickly. Here is three attempt by Kanute. Interestingly, that's the one part of his game that isn't really working today. I think he hits 1 3. So Basire.
Basire again. Gotta take care of the ball.
I'll tell you, the bounce pass just takes care of so many things.
Yeah.
But even then, with a player like Kanute lurking, you got to be very precise and careful and make good decisions. Ligade also in the game, number 5. Hands it off to a Willie. Tandina. Traore at the line, and Koulibaly rebounds the miss. And now putting it up on the baseline. And here goes Tyler Ongwai on the open floor. Bosire, Ligade from the right. Goes in and out.
Great rebound by Jambo. Ligare in and out, as you say, but Jambo first to react, rips the rebound down for Mali.
Traore steps out of bounds.
That's really unfortunate because Kenya have gone into a zone. You heard Liz Mills say it in the timeout, and they lost Traore there, but he's turned it over. He was going to get past the closeout for sure. He would have had an open baseline there. So Willie out and Gombe in. We like Gombe. We'll see if he can steady the ship for Kenya.
Walkoff also in the game now. Ligade catches, puts it up. And look at the hustle from Gombe. That's where he gives you the toughness.
Yeah.
He was fouled. He really is. When he puts his mind to it, he's competitive. I mean, he gave nothing away against Nigeria in the first half of their meeting the other day.
He's only playing 8 minutes a game.
So on wide, good, the 3.
Yeah. Good signs for Kenya. He's started off well, dipped, and then drained that 3. And we know he's carrying a couple of knocks, but hey, who isn't in this competition? And
he's had a calf problem.
Yeah. See that.
He's got 8 points.
Yeah.
And Kenya lead once again, 27-22 after his latest contribution. Mali called a timeout. Let's listen in.
Le jeu est trop loin. T'as problème, il gagne un système là. Ils sont en zone. En frappe zone là. Mais en zone là, on les laisse tirer. Ah, faut nous n'avons nous pas dans nous a fait des prix avant le temps. Il reste sur le sol. Avant la pomme. On fait des choses sur le ballon. Chez moi, on joue 2 postes. Maintenant, on a un côté animé, il y a un niveau étudiant. Alors, il y a un niveau étudiant. Numéro 2. OK.
What a game, very even. It feels like a game that could go to the wire. We shall see. I think the big thing for Mali is can they sustain their effort over the 40 minutes? Because if they do, then I think it could be very close until the end. But I know that Liz Mills and Kenya were very confident coming into this game. Sermon Kanute explodes to the basket, hands it back off to Koulibaly. And the player who only discovered basketball at the age of 13 is playing football. and switch to basketball, and next year move to America and start playing basketball to Pennsylvania. And Tyler Ongwai surrounded Okoth into the corner. That's much better. Good job, though, running at the shooter. And then Gombe there for the putback. And I tell you, Gombe, when he is 100% on, he's a tough customer.
Yeah, good asset for Kenya. Attitude right at the moment for Gombe.
Tandina misses, and again, Ongwai. And attack from Kenya. Bosire pulls in for a mid-range shot and drills it.
I like that. Don't always settle for the three. Get to your spot. Good rhythm. And Bosire knocks it down. Kenya in the zone again.
Shot clock down to 4. Kanute looks up, he sees how much time he's got, he puts up a runner, and all of a sudden, the momentum following the Gombe putback has gone right back to Kenya.
Yeah. And Liz Mills likes to play the zone. Before, when we spoke to her before the team played the first game, she talked about maybe using zone, and they've thrown it in, and Mali a bit out of sync.
You know, it's interesting, you say you don't always have to settle for the 3, as Bosire went in on the last, but I know that Tom Hovas, for example, the coach of the Japan women, he says his players are not allowed to take shots just inside the arc. He's like, if you're going to be that far out, you better be behind the arc.
Yeah.
Ongwai, so that, for example, that shot would not have been allowed. Okoth goes up, and Jambo. I think Ongwai was just on the 3-point line. So again, Mali raise their level just a little bit more. 45, Kanute back in the game. He's got it. He gets inside. He puts it up and got too far under the basket. Now Bosire turns it over and to Keita. And that
just can't happen, Jeff. Can't happen with a point guard. He's
now
in the game, and this
another turnover by Bosire. I think he might be coming out after that.
And they're really lucky again.
And then the foul on Siraman Kanute. Niakinda's actually going to come into the game.
Yeah. I think it's good by Coach Liz Mills. Get as many players as she can in the game, but Bosire, come on now. He hit that nice jump shot.
But then you have 2 quick turnovers, and
can't do it.
That's not good for anybody, but especially the point guard, and especially the way he's turning it over. He's not like he's driving and trying to dish to a teammate.
No, that was a panic inbounds, and he still had a couple of seconds to inbound it. Now, someone from Kenya, one of his teammates, needs to get open better, but he needs to tell him, be a floor general.
This is where Tyler Ongwai's ball handling is going to have to come in handy. Legare. Ronnie Gombe passes it back outside to Legare.
He's getting really good looks, Legare. 2 in the corner, 1 there. Needs to make one of those because they're leaving him open. Shake of the head there by Siraman Kanute off the floor.
He was went down the tunnel. I don't know, maybe he's not feeling well.
Breathing hard.
Well, we are at, what, 1,500 plus elevation here in the heart of Africa, the land of 1,000 hills. Gombe turns.
Too flat on the jump hook there.
Jambo for 3, good. And just like that, Mali pulled to within 2.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time before Jambo was going to make that trail 3, and that was the moment. Gets Mali right back in this game.
Entry pass, Gombe. Oh, great help D from behind by Jambo. And the ball goes off of Legare. And just when you think that Kenya might get the wind in their sails and start to pull away, Mali come back.
Again, it's getting the right, obvious thing to say, getting the right 5 on the floor for Kenya. Does she go back to Adero? There's only a minute left in the quarter. Or just, she may be starting in the second half.
Koulibaly misses, and now quick pass to Ongwai. Keita stops his progress, and then great defense. And boy, the turnovers are really starting to pile up for Kenya.
Yeah, again, Tyler Ongwai dribbling into the corner. No other options, and great defense by Mali.
So timeout on the floor with Mali trailing 31-29.
Attention à la zone presse aussi. C'est vos frontières. Mais si ils jouent zone presse, si devant zone presse, il y a un ballon. Et c'est bas. Il va y avoir un ballon, on joue comme. Il va côté Calmel, Ourou, Django Flair. Ok? C'est ça, non. À chaque fois, on joue là. On attache jusqu'au bout. On attache jusqu'au bout. Il est prêt. Là pour moi. Il est prêt. Ni tout le monde est enroulé, toi tu viens derrière les pics. Ni ballon ni madon, ni mon petit canard. Il va hésiter. Voilà. Ni hésiter là, mais atteigne. Sonne là, on deux jeux. Nous les sommes deux jeux. Ok. Bah, t'es là, ballon mais ça marche pas.
Turnovers becoming a problem for Kenya now. 10 turnovers for them, 7 for Mali. Some of these turnovers for Kenya are.
Yeah, Basiri's had a really tough time. 5 turnovers for the point guard, 2 assists, so it's not a good assist-to-turnover ratio at all.
Yeah, a couple for Ongwae as well, so they've got to address it. They lead by 2.
Sidibe back in the game, number 99, as well as Conte, who drives in, and Gombe brings it down.
Yeah, he's a false.
Okoth over to Niakinda, and the right alley-oop pass put in by Lagare. At least they'll claim that.
Probably the smallest player on the floor, and he just gets in behind the air ball. It causes a bit of confusion. Lagare first to react.
Yeah, sometimes the air ball is your best friend. Catches the other team off guard. Driving in, swatted out of bounds. Great play by Gumbo, who's been terrific in the second quarter.
Gombe, we like Gombe, and that's good Gombe. Coming over and get out of here.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Yes.
Goodness gracious, Gumbo.
Yeah. Good golly, Gombe. I mean, you can.
Good golly, Mali.
He needs to be in the game. You've got to have an enforcer inside. He's that man at the moment for Kenya.
He's the Charles Oakley of Kenya right now. Breach, and
great comparison.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. Tyler Ongwae, Okoth left open. He can shoot it. It was short, and could not quite get it back. Boy, we've got a good game here. Mali, I thought, did a good job of staying within touch of this Kenya team and keeping it close, and really too close to call. It is 33-29 in favor of the Kenya Morans over Mali.
Yeah, close first half. We thought it would be the way Kenya have been playing, and no team has quite been able to get fully on top here. Kenya 8 of 25 from 2, 5 of 17 from 3, just 3 of 15 for Mali from 3, 7 of 21, but they're 6 of 7 from the line. 33 rebounds, Kenya 22, Mali 9 to 8 on the assists, 10 turnovers for Kenya, 7 for Mali. Points off turnovers, 8 to Kenya, 6 to Mali. Points from the bench, 10 to 9. Second chance points, 14 to 5 in favour of Kenya. Here's the leading scorers: Ongwae, Boziri, Gombe, Jambo, Kamara, and Kulabari for Kenya and Mali, respectively. Here's the highlights. And that was not a good start between the 2 point guards that Liz Mills has put on to take care of the ball and give them a solid start. And they started off with a turnover. Penetrating kick, and then Kayemba.
This is a classic game where Mali perhaps a little more established.
Yeah.
And Kenya trying to, Kenya at times look like they're the better team, but they're still trying to learn how to win these games.
Yeah, and keep the unforced errors to a minimum when they run, and that's Ongwae wide open. Slam dunk contest. Dunk. just hangs on with one hand as the organisers look on. Of course, it's that hoop on night one in that crazy game between Angola, Cape Verde. There was a technical issue with it. And then the zone, Kenya went to a zone and lost that assignment in the corner. And then, like the moves there by Siriman Kanute, and then that's tough move, dribble right out of the key, and the defender's right in his face for Karanga, because he catches it there. He could have just taken the shot there, creates the space, the fade, and knocks it down. Good height on that shot. But I like the hesitation. I like these moves by Siriman Kanute, in rhythm, one dribble, hesitate. Adero's too late. Then he attacks the space before the help. He just gets it over Wambukota's long arms. I mean, that's tough. And then Ongwe in rhythm, steps into his three. Well, little fake. This is great footwork. Kids watching, that's why you need good footwork. Gets rid of one defender before the next one comes out. High arcing shot for Tyler Ongwe. Solid game for Tyler. 8 points, 9 rebounds. He's heading for a double-double, and then Gombe, the enforcer, with a big block shot. They need good Gombe today. It's up here. So 1.5 seconds of just a catch and finish.
Oh, great block in the end by Cameroon's number 15, Kome. And Branko Badio now looking again. Drives in, alley-oop pass! Dave flushes it!
Koulibaly. Excuse me.
Oh, no-look pass, Solo Diabate! He is a magician.
Beautiful no-look pass for Fofana to finish.
He's attacking, but he's not having any success. Alley-oop pass to Costello! And Malogo then has it knocked out of his hands. And Mitoro. Oh, the alley-oop! Where did that come from?
Holy cow, what a pass and what a finish.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Yeah, welcome back to Kigali. Just looking at Tyler Ongwae. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, so he's missed a few shots. He's just 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 2, 2 of 5 from 3, but doing it in other areas as well, and that's what they need for him today, an all-round performance. He's going to need at least a double-double, maybe even a triple-double for Kenya to get this done, plus help from others. Jambo 8 points, Jambo 6 rebounds, plus that big 3 towards the end of the quarter, and Kante 3 assists. But Serum and Kante with a couple of nice moves inside. Floaters, just trying to find a way to be effective consistently. I think that's the key for Sereman. 0 from 4 from 3, but he's getting good looks. It's perfectly poised. And there's Jambo, Ibrahim Jambo, 8 points. 2 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line. Looks really comfortable at the free throw line. Missed a couple of threes, and then he nailed his final one. He likes that, being 6'10", he likes to trail the play as well. He's had the dunk, some defensive rebounds as well, so doing a bit of everything. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, no turnovers for Ibrahim. So Mali really, especially at the start of the second quarter, really started to impose themselves on Kenya. Kenya were starting to turn it over, panic a little bit, and then they just, towards the end of the quarter, they then built the lead up to 6. And then the Jambo 3 reduced it, and Kenya lead by 4. Winner goes to the classification game for the quarterfinals. The loser goes home.
Back screen, back. You should be open. If not, into Bosiri, and then the big, got it. So you bunch your pass that cut. Let's make this a 2-man game on this side. Okay? How we start this quarter determines whether we win this game. Yep. Okay? So, raise the sharp focus, be disciplined, great passes. Let's be aggressive.
1, 2, 3.
Well, interesting words from Liz Mills talking about how they start this third quarter determines whether or not they win the game. And you know, really more than anything, in my opinion, the onus is on Bosire, who was struggling in the turnover department. He simply cannot turn it over.
No, 5 points, 2 assists, and a couple of them, well, certainly the inbounds one, that was just a panic. There's no need for that. Maybe make a pass fake to where he was going to make the pass. And of course, the Kenyan players have to move quickly and sharply to receive the pass.
So as you said, the winner advances to the qualification to the quarterfinals, and the loser goes home. An early turnover, and it's Ligari who drives in. Oh, and he throws it off the backboard.
Yes.
To a trailing Gombe.
Nice job.
And now the pass from Kante thrown right into the hands of Tyler Ongwae.
He needs to move the ball now. He could, as soon as he can't get his shot, give it up.
Bosire goes in and out, but Gombe with the rebound.
They definitely started razor sharp. That was fortunate enough there for Ligari. Put right on that halfway line almost.
Oh, tough shot from Tyler Ongwae. And a tug on the shirt by Diuruma on Bush. Keeps the ball at this end for Kenya.
It's really impressive how Liz Mills gets a tune out of this group. She tells them, razor sharp focus, how we start this quarter. And exactly that's what they've delivered.
Well, that was one of the plays of the tournament. Ligari off the backboard to the trailer, and a three-pointer, and Ligari suddenly becomes the X factor in this third quarter.
It's exactly what Kenya needs. They need multiple offensive weapons. Ligari knocks down the 3.
Koulibaly guarded by Gombe. Koulibaly going to work. He turns, he scores. Wow, that was a nice composed play.
Yeah, he is tough. And it elevates with that left-hand jump hook, unguardable there.
And then the bump behind by Kante, who quite simply hasn't been very good in this third quarter.
Kenya on the front foot. They've just got to keep attacking. No ceiling to what they can achieve. That's how they've got to feel. Just keep pushing, keep pushing.
Yeah. Kenya do not want the ball to stick here. Ongwe, though, he's going to take it right at and hand it off. And putting it up, Gombe, and earns the trip to the line after the pump fake.
Once Tyler Ongwe gets that deep into the key, there's a real issue, and he makes the right pass at the right time, and Gombe is big and strong. Good fundamentals on the fake, gets the Mali defense up, committing the foul.
Now, Mali were in this position in the first half where Kenya kind of surged ahead, but weren't able to step on the accelerator and pull away. And we'll see if Mali can once again raise their intensity level, especially on defense. There was a big move from Koulibaly at the other end to stop the bleeding. Gombe makes 1 of 2. And Kanute attacks Wasire. Now Kanute again gets in. Bounce pass back to Diarumba. Boy, that was a nice play, but Diarumba not able to capitalize.
They've missed a few layups around the basket. Is that going to be critical as we head into the stretch?
Wasire back to Gombe. Now Legare dumps it down low to Bush. Bush goes to work, and good defense by Mali. Perhaps Bush not the right choice there of moves. Should have passed it back out. Jambo from the right. And nobody boxes out Diarumba, but it doesn't matter because Gombe gets the swat. And then after Diarumba gets on the ground to get the ball, now it's a 2-on-2 break for Kenya. And Legare puts it up and in. He has been so good in this third quarter.
Sensational play. And Kenya, massive block by Gombe. He is huge on the interior. Legare playing with total confidence.
And the player we thought would be the difference would be Odero, and hasn't been. So it just goes to show how every game is different. And Sirman Kanute, and this time Wasire forces the turnover. And Ongwe gets the contact from Diarumba.
Now this is more relentless now from Kenya. Prolonged attack, prolonged good play. Tyler Ongwe, the latest to attack the Malian basket. And here go to the line for 2 shot. This is really good. And again, Liz Mills knowing her playing staff. And she's getting a real positive contribution from Legare. It's one of the 3-point guards on this team.
So Tyler Ongwe at the line. And from a free throw shooting standpoint today, Kenya not that many opportunities, in fact, but 4 of 5, 2 of 4 in this quarter after Gombe also went 1 of 2. So now 4 of 6.
Well, they've got to respond here.
Kanute on the break, and another big 3.
I think that's where he's at his best in transition, whether he's attacking the basket for his floaters and moves there or just pulling up for the 3.
Oh, Legare doesn't hesitate. It's a 3. Wow. That's one of those, wow, that's early, that's too early in the shot clock, but okay, it goes in if you're a Kenya fan.
Wow, had to look twice at that one. That was wild, but it went down. Everything going Kenya's way at the moment.
Biggest lead of the game for Kenya, 11 points. Kanute. Over to Jambo. Turn around. Whoa. They are hanging tough, Mali. Seemingly on the ropes, but they keep getting some big shots.
It's a tough move at 6'10" to attack the baseline like that, then come back the other way on the spin move. That's beautiful play.
Bush has it, drives in, follows up his own miss, and gets the 2 to go.
I like that from Wanyakota. He's attacking the basket, he's going forward, being aggressive, gets the 2 points.
And Koulibaly hemmed in able to get it over to Keita from the right. And again, Ongwae reaches out, knocks it over, but Sirman Kanute has it. He pulls up, and Diaruma has it. They pass it back outside to Jambo. Didn't catch it cleanly, so he passes it. They get it down low to Kanute.
Sirman time for Mali, and a lot of responsibility on the young man, but he's delivering at the moment.
Plays for Nancy in France. Sirman Kanute. Now Legare. Ongwae. Ongwae, long jump shot. Late.
Doing too much there, Jeff. Too much dribble, taking a tough shot.
Keita also pulls up, and Kanute gets in there for the rebound. And as you say, doing it all right now for Mali. Sirman Kanute.
I think great job by Sirman Kanute there, but really getting in, fearless play. Tyler Ongwae's just got to ease it down. You know, Legare's hot, just keep feeding him the ball, and he, you know, Tyler Ongwae is smart enough to know that. We'll see what's
47-38, timeout. So we'll listen to Coach Mills over on the Kenya bench.
Hey, this is just a breather, guys. Great effort, great energy, great intensity. Hey, fucking dunk that shit. Okay? Heads, guys. Just for him. Okay, Albert, Riff, Ty, Bush, and Ronnie. Okay, ball goes here, right? Big has to pop out. Don't look to set the screen. Okay? Riff comes here. We're looking for that back screen, and Riff comes up. If we can't, Ty's in, and then we run the screen off Ty. Okay? Let's just be really aware of the shot clock. We're making life really hard. We've actually got some open shots. Take it early. Be aggressive. Continue to be aggressive.
That was an important stat, 18-7 second chance points. But how about that play? Legare on the break, throws it off the backboard for his teammate to get the dunk.
yeah.
And the jump shot. And here he is pulling up. Oh, that's early in the shot clock. Oh, doesn't matter. The three falls.
Gombe set a good screen, and Mali didn't react. They were still getting back in defense, so they were heading back to their own basket. Great job by Legare, and I love that dunk from Gombe. You could see him calling to his teammate, and he delivered the perfect pass off the backboard. I think it's as good as a whistle. Oh, Ongwae's still in, so Adero's in, and Legare's in. So they've got some players now that can really hurt Mali. It's a good group, I feel, for Kenya. Mali have got to pay attention.
But also Commodore gives them another three-point shooter.
Yeah.
Koulibaly is in. Keita has been aggressive. We've seen the good, the bad, the ugly from him. He was good on day one.
Yeah,
Looks a little
I
more
really
influential today.
Yeah.
And we've got Conte, the veteran point guard, who needs to keep it going in the right direction from Mali.
Yeah.
With Kanute,
I think
Kanute's checked out, hasn't he? So that's a big, Sirman Kanute's out of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, Conte needs to keep that ship moving in the right direction.
Yeah. I really like
So
that.
there was an unsportsmanlike foul. What was it?
I didn't really see what went on there.
So it was on Tyler Ongwae,
Yeah.
on Keita. No, that's a big play. I didn't. Anyway. Good job by Keita, Ongwae, and Jambo. Good job, Keita, flying after the offensive rebound, but unsuccessfully. Here's Odero back in the game, and he doesn't want us to forget about him.
Wow. The three offensive weapons for Kenya contributing and connecting together. Odero with the three. Uh-oh.
And the ball goes off of Koulibaly. He simply cannot. He's got to make that catch. Good play.
Yeah, totally got to. It was wide open, but this is superb pass by Tyler Ongwae, and that will give him his double-double.
Legare having a huge game. Look at Liz Mills getting excited. 36 years of age, Legare, Nairobi City Thunder guard. They will be enjoying the play of their number 5 here in this Kenya national team.
He's been a real bright spark, and maybe a surprise package, but you need that. Ligare, just 7 minutes of game coming into this game. No points, no shots.
It's incredible. Talk about X factors. He's got 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals.
Yeah, and that's what these countries need. They need guys that can come off and deliver.
Ongwai takes his time on the second and makes it. So 5 of 8 now as a team at the line.
And that is his double-double now. 11 points, 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Keita to Kante, who fumbles the ball. Shot clock winding down. Malik got to make their move. Keita gets in, has to pick it up, puts up a desperation shot. Oh, good job by Sidibe to knock it out for another opportunity. And then Sidibe gets it, has to pass it back out to the perimeter. Kamara. And good job, Bush, saving it.
Really solid D there by Kenya, staying connected.
Ongwai thought about launching it over to Odero. Odero gets inside, pulls up, short, gets it back, and
well, 2 good looks.
And the pass down low, good catch from Jambo. Missed opportunity for Kenya. Good for Mali though. 4-point swing.
Kenya's got to be careful.
And
here we
again,
go
Kenya turned it over. Bush.
They just can't completely get over the hump here, Kenya.
Keita, that's off.
Oh, it's just loose, just early shot. Not a lot of conviction there.
Bush gives it to Ongwai. That's off, a little bit short. Good hustle from Odero. And basketball will stay at this end.
Little screen action for Ongwai's shot. He just couldn't get that to go. Got to keep moving the ball, keep finding the open players. Adero's on the floor. They've got so many options. Ligare hasn't had a shot for a while. He really was on fire for 2 or 3 minutes.
Absolutely crucial for Mali here to lock down on defense and not let this lead get any bigger for Kenya. Okoth, oh boy, his shot affected by the D of Sidibe running at him right at the end.
Just needed a shot fake there and then he'd have been open.
Kamara for 3. He has missed a reliable from the arc.
Yeah, great 3 in transition. Kenya's defense not set. And Mali edging back in contention.
Odero shakes, slashes, and Ligare gets it off just in time, alertly, but Diaruma rebounds it, and now Kante and Mali can get even closer. A 3 would cut the deficit in half.
He's got to be alert here, Kenya.
Sidibe. Oh, excellent help from the hero of the day, Ligare, coming around with the steal.
Great job, affecting the game at both ends. And looks solid in the ball handling department as well.
Desmond O'Willie gets it to Ligare, pump fake, mid-range.
That's beautiful.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? 5 is alive!
Beautiful play, Ligare. Great shot fake and create space for the mid-range 2.
3-point shot, short, rebound, another rebound, Diaruma. It ends up in the hands of Kenya. And Ligare, Kenya will want to hold it for 1.
They need to know what's happening with the shot clock here.
Boy, they are lucky to get bailed out.
Yeah.
You got to know the situation. And probably that's a mistake by Ligare.
You want to push. You want to push, but I think, you want to have the last shot. You don't want to give Mali, if you can, you don't want to give Mali any encouragement here at the end of the quarter. But now, unless Willie misses his second one and they get the offensive rebound.
Ooh, they're taking Ligari out. I would get him back in as quickly as possible, that's for sure.
Yeah,
and Willie makes the first.
He's been completely in rhythm offensively, making some defensive plays as well. Offensive rebound, threes, the whole package.
He's got a team-high 12 points right now. Ligare's catching a breather. Willie makes both free throws.
So now Bazire has to come in and play tough D, no mistakes, as Marley try to close the gap.
Conte, good penetration, kicks it over to Sidibe. And Senegal did not, or rather Mali don't want to foul in that situation because they were over the limit. So, still 10 minutes remaining. Kenya on top, 55-45 over Mali.
Kenya edging closer and closer to the classification game for the quarterfinals. 11-31 Mali from 2, 5 of 22 from 3. Kenya 8 of 22, 12 of 35 from 2, 7 of 10 from the line, 8 of 9 for Mali.
I'll tell you a difference that has really happened in that third quarter, the points off turnovers. Kenya with now 17 points off of the Mali turnovers, just 6 from Mali.
Yeah, and 18 second chance points to 9, 27 points off the bench as well. And of course, Ligare, I love this Gombe. You could see him saying to Ligare, I'm here, and he just threw it up to him perfectly for the highlight play. And then Ligare just dribble, splash. The left hand, I mean, the defense is, Siriman Kanuti doesn't stick or twist, and he just couldn't get out there. Ligari playing with complete confidence, supreme confidence. He believed every shot and every play, and there's the block. Gombe with the imposing himself. And then Ongwe, smart play, gives it to Ligare, steps in, little mid-range jump shot. Just taking what the defense gives them, and then that was after pass. Liz Mills lets out a scream as her team are delivering a great third quarter there, Jeff.
Well, Mali have got to dig in defensively here to give themselves a chance of getting into the qualification for the quarterfinals. And of course, Siriman Kanute back in the game, so that complicates things certainly for Kenya.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
now that's
pass. And it was hit by a Malian hand.
Yeah, well, Mali need to start like Kenya started the third quarter. They've got to impose themselves, get some stops.
Odero dribbles right. Gets in the paint, and great defense by Kamara. Great follow by Desmond O'Willie.
Yeah, good reaction again. Odero's really being followed closely. Good job by Willie.
They find Jambo down low. Oh, and a follow by Sidibe.
Wow, what timing and athleticism by Sidibe. Went straight after the miss from Jambo. Threw it down, mental let down by Kenya there.
They've been missing that all tournament long. Better late than never, though, for Mali, who, again, have to lock down on defense.
We're looking a little bit.
O'Willie puts it up.
A bit frustrated there. They've got to be ready to move without the ball here. Ongwe can then be the decoy and set players up.
And jump shot is good, the three. Kamara is just lights out from long range.
Abdrahmane Kamara, big three. That's his second one. Nothing but net. One from the top, one from the corner. Odero really needs to get into this. It's tough to go back-to-back high-level games. He needs it now.
Odero and Now Mali's turn to make it closer. Oh, Bosire had it in his hands. Almost.
Sportsmanship again between Kanute and Bosire. I'm surprised he just couldn't catch that. Just slipped through his hands.
Gambo turnaround on the baseline. Look at him crash the boards. And it's going to be Kenya basketball.
Great hustle though by Mali.
You can see how they are like, take the shot, but make sure everybody goes to the boards.
Yeah, Kanute does not mind mixing it with the bigs of Kenya. Pace has just slowed down. Kenya hit.
Bosire open, rimmed out. Good job, Karanga coming in and getting it. Another, I'll tell you, it's been a team effort today for Kenya.
He is a really tough player. Excellent anticipation, and that was a tough fadeaway for the two. Almost touching the halfway line there.
Now from the corner for Mali, and again, crashing the boards. Camera, boy, what a play by Okoth, who tried to get it up to Odero, but excellent hustle getting back Kanute, and he passes to the other Kanute, the Sirman, and he hits a three. That was a big play, big steal.
It's big time shot, and great play between the two Kanutes, and Siramin knocks down the three.
Really see him growing up a little bit in this AfroBasket. And now the steal, careless play by Odero. Ball taken right away by Camera, and then Sirman Kanute gets it to the corner. Odero makes up for his mistake. Now 4-1 break, alley-oop, and boy, what a play by Ongwa. Wow, great pass by Bosire.
He may be struggling with a calf and a back, but he just elevated and finished with great touch.
6.5 minutes remaining. Both teams giving everything right now. Sirman Kanute gets in the paint, has it taken away. Ongwai has it, and he's bumped by Camara. Great hustle by the Kenya star. But again, you feel like this Mali team has another run in it. Look at the alley-oop pass from Bosire.
Yeah, I mean, 3-on-1. That's the modern way of running the 3-on-1, Jeff. Just throw it to Ongwai.
I think it was even a 4. I thought it was a 4-on-1. I thought it was a risky play for a 4-on-1.
Yeah, and that was where the defender was. So the pass had to be on the money.
61-53, Kenya on top. Let's go down to the Moran's bench.
Guys, I need us to run heads because we're going to get the option. So the ball is here. Big pops out. Griff has come down, and he's setting that back screen. Okay? Don't look coming to set this screen. Pop out, get open, be strong. If they deny, just fucking back cut. And then that's our score. Okay, don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. If the ball comes here, Griff has set the back screen, the other big is going. Griff comes out, play. Okay?
Let's go.
Defensively, stay in it. Stay in it. Get back in transition.
Morans on 3, 1, 2, 3. Morans, let's go. Let's go, Tyler.
Points output is good. 61 points today. Their average 62.5, so they surpassed that. Field goal percentage just under 36%, but it's the great play from different players. Karanga with the latest good play. Ligare just took the game over, Jeff, at both ends of the floor. They've now got the 2-point guards in Bosire. Now he needs to step up and deliver, whether it's just taking care of the ball. He doesn't need to score as such. Tough D, take care of the ball. That would be enough for Coach Liz Mills.
Odero goes out as Ligare comes back in. Ongwai. And I was about to say it's early in the shot clock, but he backs himself and he hits it. He's got 14 points on 5 of 13 shooting now from the floor.
He's got that shot in his locker, and when he's on, he drains it.
Bosire called for a foul. First team foul in Kenya in this fourth quarter.
Bosire's first foul.
Boy, Mali really need to score on these possessions.
Yeah,
Kanute to Jambo. They've got him trapped.
In the corner here.
Dangerous spot on the floor. Great defense by Kenya. Good play call.
Mali really played into Kenya's hands there because they had them trapped at the wing, then they trapped in the corner or around the post area, and they just run out of time. That is poor offense by Mali at a crucial time.
Bush, or Ongwai rather, puts it to Bosire. Mali chasing Bosire from the arc. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, massive shot for Bosire. Victor Maisiba Bosire is the latest Kenyan to step up and be counted, but another foul.
Well, they've got fouls to give, and they're hounding, so it's only the second team foul in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that's really impressive from both teams. The way they're playing defense without fouling, apart from Bosire's too.
Traore down low to Dioruma. Now out to Jambo, wide open, feet set. Ball goes into the hands of Kenya. And Traore called for the foul as Ongwai crosses midcourt.
Good job by Ongwai. He's looking pretty loose. Good in the open floor. Little inside-outside dribble, and then the crossover coming back, but the foul was called already.
Seremon Kanute back in the game. Seremon Kanute has 12 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, but he has turned it over 6 times. That was an air ball by Karanga.
Yeah, first time he hasn't connected in that area.
Jambo, feet set, puts it up, and that's short. Ligare has his man up ahead. It's Karanga!
Oh!
Throws it down. 15 points, the advantage, the biggest of the game for Kenya, with 4.5 minutes remaining. Mali in serious trouble. Kanute from the arc. Now Ligare again looks up the floor. They've got numbers. Kenya gets it wide to Ongwai. Feet behind the arc, and that's going to be short.
Ooh, that would have been huge. He was so open though, he had to take it once he got himself set, back himself to make it, but good intent again by Kenya. They're on the brink here.
Seremon Kanute, and he looks a little tired.
Yeah.
His shot's coming up short. Now, they don't have to be in a rush here, Kenya, and that's a great example of it's better to hold out, and 3:50 left and take some time off the clock.
Yeah, or pull up and take the jump shot off the glass. But I think, yeah, just kick it back.
Or he had his teammate. He could have just handed him the basketball.
Yeah, it's 3,000 a cough.
Look at Karanga, Mr. Energy, Mr. Hustle.
Yeah, we ruled the big man. He leaked out behind Jambo, who's had a couple of good transition plays himself. But
We'll call Karanga. Has a little bit of Kevin Durant in him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's got some moves. But you're right, they've got to manage the clock now, manage their emotions. If you haven't got a clear fast break, just kick it out and run the clock. Sounds simple.
Yeah, keep pushing.
But it
Okay,
ain't.
let's run some Spanish pick and roll. Griff just goes straight here, right? My big should be here. This guy come up, you guys face up, set the pin. Pin down.
And when you roll, make sure you run. Dive. Yeah, here. That's the basket. Run.
Yep, so come here,
I dive.
back screen, into the roll. Yeah, we get it? So Ariel, I want you to come off this, and Ronnie's setting the back screen for you. Okay, Ty, Griff, whoever, come off this. Weak side action, protect our basket though. If you guys are here, protect the basket.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, it's a Kenya team that almost didn't make it to the AfroBasket, and now they are just 3 minutes and 50 seconds away from advancing to the qualification for the quarterfinals. Leading by 15 points. They've got to close it out. Mali, without question, came here with aspirations of doing the same, but they have not been able to put 40 minutes together in this tournament so far, and they need to play like their AfroBasket lives depend on it right now.
I agree, Jeff Tyler Ongwe there with his double-double. He's only 3 assists away from a triple-double. He's just had a monumental game.
Jambo gets it down low. Nice decision. Don't need to go for threes yet. And now the reach and the foul called on Sirman Kanute.
Yeah, plenty of fouls to give. Sirman Kanute, with his speed, would have hoped he could just keep the 0 in front of him, cause some issues, maybe force a turnover. So both teams got 1 foul to give.
Nice reach, getting away with it. Now Lagarde. And good recovery there by Traoré to knock Lagarde's pass out of bounds.
Yeah, good defense there by Mali.
Bosire,
Yeah.
6th turnover of the game. First in a while, though. 13-point deficit. Kanute now. Kante drives in. Boy, Kante just really struggles to finish.
Yeah, Gombe, though, being an intimidator there, Jeff, made him change his shot.
Bosire inside to Gombe. Turns and puts it up and in.
It's not just good Gombe today, it's great Gombe. And good patience, little fake, turn around, soft off the glass.
Kante takes the bump from Ongwe, the rebound by Bosire. He crosses midcourt. Kenya not slowing down. Lagarde, player of the game, probably misses, but
yeah,
now up ahead, and it's going to be Kante, and really that's Lagarde. Perhaps, do you need to take that 3?
Well,
take some more time off the clock.
Yeah, he's just cooled down a little bit with his shots. So let's manage the game now.
Okay, he's going to back himself again, and early in the shot clock, not a good 2 possessions for Kenya.
Especially if Mali get a score here. There's a foul call, and that is the foul to give. So
that's 14 fouls now on Kenya with 2 minutes remaining. It's a 13-point deficit, and you do have to be able to play with the lead. I know you want to be aggressive. You don't want to become too passive, but at the same time,
yeah, that's just exuberance from Lagarde. He's made the shots. He's got recent memory of the ball going through the hoop, but as they get further down the end of the game, each possession is magnified, so someone needs to take control.
Here they are again, Kenya running. And Karanga, well, they are not in any interest of taking some time off the clock.
Yeah, it's okay if you're making them.
Kanute drives in, misses the layup. Diaruma, though, with the putback with 1:40 remaining, now 70-59.
Kenya are causing their own issues here. Just need, if Liz Mills is going to call another timeout. Let's see what happens on this offense.
Well, Bosire again. And again, they attack. They don't take time off the clock.
Nope.
And again, another chance for Mali, and Mali take advantage with 1:24. Now it's a 9-point game.
Yeah, Coach Liz Mills needs to, well, she can't let this go down any further. They were 15 up.
Ongwe scores, goes to the basket.
Yeah, that was crucial.
Yeah, I don't think it's been great game management at the end by the Kenyans, and I don't know what the instructions were there at the end, but you're taking shots early in the shot clock for 4 consecutive possessions. This time it works.
Well, they're just bad. You know, obviously, if you make the shots, fine.
Yeah,
but as soon as you've missed that shot and you've only taken 5, 6 seconds
off to the races.
Yeah, and again, Kenya was slightly fortunate that Mali missed a couple. Let's listen in.
Mami sort, tu lui donnes le ballon. Hein? Après, on fait stagger, Mami. Ni ballon, on fait stagger pour Jambo d'abord. Namara Bena. Après, stagger pour Vir maintenant. Vir, c'est la terminaison. Namara, ni voilà, il est attaqué. Il joue à pied, il va passer bien. Ni masse à passer bien. Ni plus à la yéba la yé. Ni moi qui a parlé du pied, ni plus ni yéba puis faut pas qu'à pied. Il va passer à la plus. Après ça,
You know what's interesting is you look at those numbers there. You go back to the qualifiers, Kenya. Okay, so they barely made it in with 2 wins and 4 defeats. Guinea, 1 of 5, they barely made it.
Yeah.
Cape Verde, 1 and 4.
Yeah.
That was good enough to get in. And all 3 of these teams now moving on to the competition. Cape Verde already in the quarterfinals, in fact. Guinea winning again. So it really is fascinating to watch these teams develop. The three-pointer is good by Jambo. Huge shot. And now the turnover. Sloppy play. Another three-pointer. Boy, almost from Mali. And they battle for the rebound. 56.5 seconds left. And I don't know about you, Graham, but I think Mali's got a chance here.
Yeah, I'm not liking the way Kenya are dealing with this situation. They know the pressure's coming, so they've just got to get the guys on the floor. Maybe Adero needs to get back in. I know he's young, but he just gives them another option. But it's just about defense and getting the ball in now, because you know Mali are coming.
They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at him here down the stretch. Mali, Keita, might have gotten away with a push there. Gombe, not able to rebound the miss. 48 seconds.
Yeah, they've got to stick together here. It's tough to get over the line. It's another massive game, for historic moment for Kenya, but they've just got to play the situation. Okoth's coming in, Gombe coming out. I mean, I know he fumbled that rebound, but he's been great at intimidating and taking the rebound.
Three-point shot, Jambo. Good job by the box out by Okoth. Oh, behind the back. Oh, a traveling called on Ongwa.
Unbelievable. It's just tough to win, and I didn't see that.
I didn't either. I thought it was a good play.
Yeah, that was a tight travel. He's just caught the ball. Let's see. And he's just put it behind his back.
Where's the travel?
That is a perfectly legitimate play, and and the referees have called,
anyway,
everything pretty much they get right. That was a strange one. No, not at all. But if Kenya don't,
that might have iced it.
Yeah, if Kenya don't make it over this hurdle, then.
When they look back at that, they will not.
But it's not just that play. They've been sloppy.
Yeah, they have.
Shot the ball too quickly, and they've been sloppy under their own basket here.
It brings it across midcourt. The clock is the enemy now for Mali. They've got to hurry. They got to go quick. Jambo has it knocked out of his hands by Karanga. Good defense by Kenya now. Jambo. Oh, boy, you don't want to foul the jump shooter. 22.8 seconds remain, though, and I mean, if he makes these, you've still got a couple of, you're just a couple of three-pointers away.
Yeah.
And the way that Kenya have, handled this the last minute and a half or so, this last couple of minutes, it makes you think that maybe this thing is not over. But Jambo needs to make these free throws. And it's absolutely imperative that Mali crash the boards here in case Jambo misses. But also for Kenya to box out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jambo continues to score. Almost traveled. And they turn it over. And they've got a chance. Sermon Kanute for three. Boy. They are fortunate. Kenya, they get it up to Basire.
Now they can slow it down.
And Okoth goes up. And Kenya have done what they came to do. It wasn't pretty at the end. They will celebrate, however, at least meeting their one of their pre-tournament objectives of getting to the qualification for the quarterfinals. Basira, as the point guard, has got to do a better job of not turning the basketball over. He makes some great plays, but you've got to be a little bit better in possession. 72-66, Kenya win it over Mali. They advance to the qualification to the quarterfinals.
Well, I think that's a smiling Coach Liz Mills, but very relieved, because
I think probably a little bit angry, actually.
Yeah, I think there'll be words. Words need to be said to the guys that have got responsibility to control the pace of the game. As we look at the statistics, Let's look at Kenya, 19-49 from 2, 9 of 27 from 3, 7 of 10 from the line, and you know, that's a great, just a great effort by Kenya. Rebounds 10, 57 of 43, 17 assists each, 19 turnovers Kenya. That's better than their average. They're averaging 24 and 16 turnovers for Mali, but they were fortunate that Mali didn't hit a high percentage of the threes laid on.
I think against a better team,
yeah, sure,
that finish won't do it.
Yeah.
They'll get beat.
Sure. Jambo 19, Ongwai 16, Legare 12. Huge Legare to burst this game open. Really took Mali by surprise as the Kenya X Factor. Let's look at some of the, I love this place. Looking behind, Gombe said, I'm here. Throws it up, perfect. Nice throw down by Sidibe. He was left all alone. No box out, and that's what happens at this level of competition. And then him along the baseline, in motion. Step back and knocks down the three. We just felt Mali were going to get there. A lot of emotion going on here.
Wow. I'm not sure who it was that Tyler Ongwai was saying, a family member, a girlfriend, but with security tight here because of COVID, not able to embrace, and I think the tears are coming now.
Yeah.
I think hopefully she can see Ongwai after the game. And perhaps also excited emotionally that he's experienced the high of getting to the next stage of
and a player of his stature, you know, he dipped in game 2, but wow, did he deliver today. All-round game. Didn't force it too much, took what came to him, and other guys followed the lead. As a Bazire 3, he had his turnovers, had his problems, but they did enough, Kenya, and it is tough to win. You know, beating Angola was massive in the qualifiers. This is another step in the biggest tournament in the African region. And Bazire, 2 of 4 from 3, 8 points, 7 turnovers, 4 assists. So lots to work on. This is the key thing for Kenya. They've won, and there's so much to improve on as well.
Here's the question now. Are they going to play South Sudan, or are they going to play Uganda? Probably. I think that's how it's going to work out. Yeah, that's how it's going to work out in
they're playing
the qualification for the quarterfinals. Maybe, you know, whatever it is. I mean, Uganda and South Sudan are going to be trading blows, so that'll determine that one. That'll be later on today, so that'll be at 6 o'clock, that game. So that'll be their opponent. So I'd imagine Kenya would be here. You know, Mali, we saw some really good flashes. They've got some potential. They just got to keep plugging away. Cote d'Ivoire, meanwhile, and if you look at the group, they and Nigeria will battle it out for first place. Kenya know that they have finished 3rd following this win over Mali. So one final time here today. It was harrowing at times, but Kenya win it 72-66 over Mali. Thanks for watching. More to come.